Hi, in this video tutorial we are going to start discussing PHP login register email address verification script. This is useful script if someone has registered into your system, then we want to verify that register user email address is original or fake. So for check email address is genuine or not, so we want to verify that email address. For verified email address, we will send one email verification link sent to register email address. And in that email we will also send password also, so if user want to log in into system then he will to first open email verification link. And after email verification register user can log in into system by verified email address and password which he will received in his email address. This way we can verify email address in PHP script at the time of registration. Now we have start discussing this topic. This is our testing database and in this we have one register user table with 6 table column like register user id, username, user email, user password, user activation code and user email status. If user register then his data will be stored in this table. Email verification code will be stored into this user activation code. And here user email status will be not verified will be inserted and after email verification status will be changed to verified. After verified user email status, user can log in into system. Now we have moved to write PHP code, so first we want to make database connection. So make database connection we have create one database connection.php page. Under this page we will make database connection. So here we have write $connect variable is equal to new PHP data object with 3 argument. In first argument we have write MySQL host is equal to localhost. Database name is equal to testing. In second username argument we have write $username and in third password argument we have write blank. This way we have make database connection. Here we have also write session start function. This function will start session on this page. First we want to make register page, so we have go to register.php page and on this page we have already included JavaScript query URL and Bootstrap library URL also. Under this page first we want to make register form, so here we have write form tag with attribute method is equal to post and it is equal to register form. In this form tag we have make simple user register form. Under this form we have define one input type is equal to text with attribute name is equal to username, pattern is for enter only alphabetic letter only and required attribute for validation. Below this we have define one more input type is equal to email, attribute name is equal to user email and required attribute for validation. Here we have use input email tag for enter proper email. Lastly under this form we have write input type is equal to submit with attribute name is equal to register and value is equal to register. By click this button user can send his user details and user will receive email verification link to his register email. Now we have moved to PHP code and in this first we want to make database connection. So on this page here we have write include statement with database connection.php file name. By using this include statement we have include database connection.php into this register page. Then after we have write $message variable is equal to blank value. In this value we will store success registration or error message and display on web page. Now we have write if statement and under condition we have write is set function with $post register variable which is name of submit button. This condition will check if value of this button is set, then it will execute if block of code. Suppose value of $post register variable value is set, then it will execute if block of code, and under this we have write $query variable is equal to select star from register user table where user email is equal to user email. This select query for check user enter email is already exists or not, so this query will select register user details based on user entered email at the time of registration. Below this we have write $statement variable is equal to $connect variable is equal to prepare statement with $query variable. This statement will make query for execution. Now we want to execute this query, so we have write $statement variable with execute method, and under this method we have passed user email value get from $post user email variable in array format. After this we have write $number of row variable is equal to $statement variable with row count method. This method will return number of rows from query execution which we have stored in $number of row variable. If number of row is greater than 0 then email already register into system, so user cannot register into system again with same email, but number of row is 0 then email not exists in system. So this we have write if statement, and under condition we have write $number of row value is greater than 0. If this condition true that means email already exist into system, but this condition false that means email not exists into system. Suppose above condition true that so it will execute if block of code, and under this block we have write $message variable is equal to text like email already exists. But above condition false that means email not exists into system, and it will execute else block of code, and under this block first we have write $user password variable is equal to rand function. Here we have password generate and store into $user password variable. Now we want to convert this password into encrypted password. So we have write $user encrypted password is equal to password hash method with two argument like $user password variable and password default statement. This method will convert password text to encrypted password which we have stored into $user encrypted password variable. After this we have write $user activation code is equal to MD5 function with random function. Here we have generate activation code and stored into $user activation code variable. Now we have write $insert query variable is equal to insert into register user table with table column like username, user email, user password, user activation code, user email status with values like username, user email, user password, user activation code, user email status. This insert query will insert user data into register user table. Now we have write $statement variable is equal to $connect variable with prepare statement. This will make query for execution. Now we want to execute this query, so we have write $statement variable with execute method with values passed in array. This method will execute insert query. Under array username key value get from $post username variable. User email key value get from $post user email variable, user password key value get from $user encrypted password variable. Same way user activation code key value get from $user activation code variable and user email status key value is equal to not verified. This will insert data into register user table. After this we have write $result variable is equal to $statement variable with fetch all method. This method will fetch query execution result and store into this $result variable. Now we want to check data inserted or not, so we have write if statement and under condition we have write is set function with $result variable. This condition will check if value of this variable is set, then it will execute if block of code. Suppose value of $result variable value is set, then it will execute if block of code, and under this block we have write $base URL variable, and under this variable we can define base URL of our system. After this we have write $mail body variable is equal to email message like hi $post username variable, it will generate dynamic email message body. Under this message body we have write thanks for registration and your password is $user password variable, and this password will work only after email verification. Here password value get from $user password variable. For email verification we have write please open this link into your browser for verification, and in verification link we have write $base URL variable with email verification.php page with activation code is equal to $user activation variable. So here also we have generate dynamic email verification, and by open verification link into browser user and verified his or her email. Here we have used PHP mailer library for send email verification to register user. So first we want to load PHP mailer class, so we have write required statement with class folder /class.phpmailer.php. This statement will load PHP mailer library under this block. Here class is a folder name in which we have store PHP mailer library. Now we want to create object of this PHP mailer class, so we have write $mail variable is equal to new PHP mailer class. Here we have create $mail object of this PHP mailer class. After this we start writing PHP mailer configuration for send email, so we have write $mail object with as SMTP method. This method sets mailer to send message using SMTP credential. Below this we have write $mail object with host is equal to SMTP out.secureserver.net. Here we have defined SMTP host server. After define host server, now we have again write $mail object with post is equal to 80. Here we have define SMTP server port. Now we have write $mail object with SMTP auth is equal to true. Here we have define SMTP authentication is like username and password is required for send email. Below this we have write $mail object with username is equal to SMTP username. Here you have to define your SMTP username. If you have then write here. After define username, now we have write $mail object with password. Here you have to define your SMTP password. If this both SMTP username and password proper, then it will send email. Then after we have write $mail object with SMTP secure is equal to blank, here you can write SSL or TSL if you have, otherwise leave blank. Now we have again write $mail object with from option. Here we can define email from which you have received email, so here we have write info@webslesson.info. Below this we have write $mail object with from name is equal to web's lesson. Here we have sets from name of the message and this name will be viewed to receiver. Now we want to set receiver email address, so here we have write $mail object with add address method with two argument. In first we have write $post user email variable and in second argument we have $post username variable. So this way we have set receiver information. Below this we have again write $mail object with is HTML method with argument true. Here we have set message type to HTML, otherwise its email format will be plain text. Now we want to define subject of email, so we have write $mail object with subject is email verification. Here we have defined static value of email subject. And lastly email configuration, we want to define email body, so we have write $mail object with body is equal to $mail body variable. In this variable we have stored dynamic email body with password and email verification link. So here email configuration is completed with all necessary information and now we can send dynamic email verification mail. So for send email we have write if statement and under condition we have write $mail object with send method. This condition will check if email sends successfully, then it will execute if block, otherwise it will execute else block of code. Suppose email successfully send, then it will execute if block of code, and under this block we have write $message variable is equal to register done. Please check your mail. So after successfully user registration done with sending email verification mail, then this success message will be seen to user on his or her web page. Now we have checked this code output in browser. Friends, now we have load register.php page on web page, and after page load we can see register form on web page with two fields like username, email and one register submit button. Now we have directly click on register button so we can see username field is required, so here we have write John Smith. After this we have click on register button, then we have again received user email field is required. So here we have write something. Then we have again click on register button, so we have received invalid format error. So now we have enter proper email like web tutorial at programmer.net and click on register button. After click on register button we have received message like this: email already register with this system, please try with other email. Because we have already done registration with this email. Now we have remove all data from register user table, and now we have again try to register with same details and click on register button. After click on register button we have received registration success message on web page with please check your email for email verification. So we have go to this email and address, and here we can see email verification email, and under this email we can see John Smith name with login password and email verification link for verify this email address. For verified email address, first we have make login page for login into system. So first on register.php page, here we have write anchor tag with ref is equal to login.php page with anchor text login. By click on this link user can go to login.php page. So we have go to login.php page, and on this page first we want to make login form. For this here we have write form tag with attribute method is equal to post. In this form tag we have make simple login form. Under this first we have define input type is equal to text with attribute name is equal to user email with required attribute for validation. Under this text box user can enter his email id. Below this we have define one more input type is equal to password with attribute name is equal to user password with required attribute for validation. Under this text box user can enter his password for login to system. Lastly, under this form we have write input type is equal to submit with attribute name is equal to login and value is equal to login. By click on this button user can send his login details to server for verification. Now we have moved to write PHP code, so first we want to make database connection. So for this we have write include statement with database connection.php file. This will make database connection on this page. Now we have write if statement and under condition we have write is set function with $post login variable which is name of submit button. This condition will check if value of this button is set, then it will execute if block of code. Suppose value of $post login variable value is set, then it will execute if block of code, and under this block we have write $query variable is equal to select star from register user table where user email is equal to user email. After this we have write $statement variable is equal to $connect variable with prepare statement with $query variable. This statement will make query for execution. Now we want to execute this query, so we have write $statement variable with execute method, and under this method we have passed user email key value get from $post user email variable. Below this we have write $count variable is equal to $statement with row count method. This method will return number of rows from query execution which we have stored into $count variable. Now we have write if statement and under condition we have write $count variable value greater than 0. If this condition true, that means user enter email is proper and it will execute if block, otherwise user enter wrong email and it will execute else block. Suppose $count variable value is equal to 0, that means user enter wrong user email and it will execute else block, and under this we have write $message variable is equal to wrong email address. But suppose $count variable value greater than 0, that means user enter proper email and it will execute if block of code, and under this we have write $result variable is equal to $statement variable with fetch all method. Now we want to fetch data from $result variable, so we have write for each loop with $result variable as $row variable. Under this loop we have write if statement and under condition we have write $row user email status variable value is equal to verified. If this condition will true, then it will execute if block, otherwise it will execute else block. If above condition is false, then it will execute else block of code, and under this block we have write $message variable is equal to please first verify your email address. But suppose above condition false, then it will execute if block of code, and under this block we have write if statement and under condition we have write password verify method with two argument like $post user password variable and $row user password variable. This method is used for verify hash encrypted password, and if this method return password is match, then it will execute if block of code, otherwise it will execute else block of code. If password is not match, then it will execute else block of code, and under this block we have write $message variable is equal to wrong password. But suppose password is match, then it will execute if block of code, and under this block we have write $session user id variable is equal to $row register user id variable. If password is match, then we have create user id session variable which we can access across the system for check user is login into system. After login into system we want to redirect page to index page, so we have write header method with location set to index.php page, so this code will redirect page to index.php page. So here our login page code is ready, so we have check into browser. Friend, first we have tried to log in into system without verify email address, so we have go to login PHP page, and here we can see login form with two field like user email and password with login button. So here we have enter web tutorial at programmer.net email, and in password we have enter password and click on login button. But now we have received message like first verify your email address. So for login into system first we want to verify email address. So we have go to email verification.php page, and on this page first we want to make database connection. So we have write include statement with database connection.php page, it will make database connection. After this we have write $message variable is equal to blank value. Under this variable we will store message like email verified or email already verified. Now we have write if statement, and under condition we have write is set function with $getActivationCode variable. This condition will check if this $getActivationCode variable value set, then it will execute if block of code. Under this block we have write $query variable is equal to select star from register user table where user activation code is equal to user activation code. Below this we have write $statement variable is equal to $connect variable with prepare statement, and under this we have write $query variable. This statement make query for execution. Now we want to execute above query, so we have write $statement variable with execute method, and under this method we have pass user activation code key value from $getActivation code. After query execution we have write $number of row variable is equal to $statement variable with row count method. This method will return number of row from query execution. Below this we have write if statement, and under condition we have write $number of row variable value greater than 0. If this condition true, then it will execute if block, otherwise it will execute else block. Suppose above condition is false, that means activation code is wrong and it will execute if block of code, and under this block we have write $message variable is equal to invalid link. But above condition true, that means activation code is proper and it will execute if block of code, and under this block we have write $result variable is equal to $statement variable with fetch all method. After this we have write $for each loop with $result variable value as $row variable. By using this loop we can fetch data from $result variable. Under this loop we have write if statement, and under condition we have write $row user email status variable value is equal to not verified. If this condition true, then it will execute if block, otherwise it will execute else block. If above condition false, that means user email already verified and it will execute else block of code, and under this block we have write $message variable is equal to your email address already verified. But above condition is true, then it will execute if block of code, and under this block we have write $update query variable is equal to update register user table set user email status is equal to verified where register user id. This condition will update particular user email status to verified, and below this we have write $statement variable is equal to $connect variable with prepare statement, and under this we have write $update query variable. Now we want to execute this query, so we have simply write $statement variable with execute method. This method will execute update query. Below this we have write $subresult variable is equal to $statement variable with fetch all method. This method will fetch a result from query execution and store into $subresult variable. Now we want to check email status updated or not, so we have write if statement and under condition we have write is set function with $subresult variable. This condition will check if this variable value is set, then it will execute if block of code. Under this block we have write $message variable is equal to your email address successfully verified and you can log in here. Now we want to display value of this $message variable value on web page, so here we have simply write echo statement with $message variable. It will display message variable value on web page. After this we have moved to index.php page, and on this page first we have write include statement with database connection.php file name for make database connection. Then after we want to restrict to access this page without login into system, so we have write if statement and under condition we have write not is set function with $session userid variable. This condition will check if this variable value is not set, that means user is not login into system, then it will execute if block of code. Under this block we have write header statement with location set to login.php page, so page will be redirect to login.php page. After this on index page we have write message like welcome verified email user with logout page link. By click on this link user can log out from this system. Now we have moved to write logout code. So on this page we have write session start function. This function will start session on this page. Below this we have write session destroy function. This function will destroy all active session variable. After this page must be redirect to login.php page, so we have write header function with location set to login.php page. This code will redirect page to login.php page. Now we check output in browser. So friends, we have already do registration into system, and after this we have received email verification mail, and we have tried to log in into system without email verification, but we have received message like first verify, then after try to log in into system. So we have first copy this email verification link and open into browser. After this we have received message like your email verified and you can log in here. But now we have again copy link and open in browser, then we have received message like, your email already verified, so here our code is working. Now we have go to login page and enter web tutorial at programmer.net as email, and in password we have copy from email and paste in password field and click on login button. After click on login button we have successfully login into system and page has been redirected to index page, and on this page we can see logout link. This way we have make PHP login register system with email verification, and without email verification register user cannot log in into system. This is required feature because based on email we can make future communication with user. So email must be original, and this is verified by this method. If you have any query regarding this video tutorial part, please comment your query in comment box, and if you like this video tutorial please share with your friends, or even you can also share on social media also. If you want to get more update regarding our video tutorial, please subscribe our YouTube channel for get more update regarding release of future video. Lastly, keep watching our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching this video tutorial.